What is up, streaming nights? Night Batman here with another video, and I'm gonna be doing a review for The Umbrella Academy Season 2. Finally here, and it has been worth the wait. Season 1 was just such a great season. I was so excited for that before it came out, and then finally watching it, it was so cool. It was such a good series. I was so happy with the show, and then after that big cliffhanger that we last saw them, where they just narrowly escaped the apocalypse, as the number 5 was able to help them time travel before the apocalypse to try and stop it, we get to see how things play out after that. So the Umbrella Academy is brought into the past in Dallas, Texas. However, they are separated and arrive in different points of time. Each member comes in some points between 1960 and 1963. So no one really arrives together, except for Klaus, who's lucky because Bennett's a ghost and he can see him, so they're always together. So I'm glad that at least he got to have someone, but everyone else was pretty much on their own. And what I like is that each character eventually kind of settled into the period, and they kind of have these lives that they've lived until number 5 shows up and actually discovers that they had just started another apocalypse which they have to stop. So he has to time travel back even further to try and help gather the Umbrella Academy and stop this nuclear holocaust. So as I mentioned before, and how the characters came in different times, what I like is that this added such a good element to the story, because as they all came into Dallas, Texas separately, they all got to kind of build these new lives. You get so invested with the separate lives that they all already built. You feel connected with these new relationships that these characters have set up with in the people in this timeline. You actually get more concerned with how things are gonna go when their secrets start to come out, and how it's gonna affect the overall story of how they try to get back to the present, and also trying to stop the upcoming nuclear holocaust that will be coming in just a few days. And while all of this is also happening, the actors are putting in really great performances. They come in top notch, really comfortable in the roles, and you know, they did great jobs in season 1, but then in season 2 they've really found their footing. They're really living these characters, and you can really tell, and I really like that aspect of it. I like how it still brings in some of those family problems, but then what's so great is that they don't really repeat too many of those. They do kind of retread a little bit of it, and even the plot itself does feel a little similar to the first season, but then what's cool is that this doesn't try and repeat it too much. What I like is that these characters actually do develop, and a lot of them have actually learned their mistakes from season 1 and try to better themselves for season 2. And this season is also accompanied by even more awesome music. Season 1 had really good music, but then season 2 just really upped it even more. They used some songs from that time period of the 1960s, but they also brought back some other interesting song choices, 2 of which I won't really mention because they're not of that time period, but I did like how they did show up. The music is constantly good, the score is good, it's great to hear those familiar musical themes return, but the licensed music that plays in this is it just makes the series even more fun to watch in this second season. The story moves at such a neck break pace. It is honestly even more tightly written than season 1. Season 1 had a really good story, but in my opinion, even though the show was really great, it did have a little bit of slow moments. But what really surprised me about season 2 was that it just did not slow down. So I watched this show as soon as it premiered at 5 p.m. my time, and then I ended almost 2 a.m. I pretty much watched it almost nonstop, except for sometimes where, you know, I have to do a little stuff here and there, but then I pretty much just binged it the whole way, and I couldn't believe how much time had passed because the story was that good and engaging. You just really lose track of everything around you. You just get so invested in the story and the characters and everything that's happening, and all these little hurdles they have to go across, which makes season 2 all that much more compelling to watch. Now, I won't mention any spoilers, but personally, as someone who read The Umbrella Academy volumes 1 and 2, I still need to read volume 3, especially after what the ending indicated, as I think that it does mention something that is tied to volume 3. But I like how there were a lot of mentions and nice little references to Umbrella Academy volume 2 Dallas, and there was one thing in episode 9 of this second season. I won't say what. All I'll say is that it is at the end, and it revolves around a familiar character from season 1. It's the second to last scene, that's all I'll say. But what I like is that this pretty much just confirms something in the show that was confirmed in the comics, but we never really heard any mention of it in season 1. So when they actually confirmed that for that episode of season 2, again, the ending of episode 9, the second to last scene, that really blew my mind. So it just shows that this show is definitely still setting up even more. So don't expect that there are still limits that this show will have. I'll definitely say that going forward from maybe season 3 and maybe even further, that the narrative will expand even more than you think. So that's all I'll say. It was such a treat that they actually pulled that. I don't want to go too much in depth because I'm gonna end up spoiling it, but I just wanted to share my quick thoughts about it, my quick review. Again, yeah, the performances were great. My favorite character out of all the Umbrella Academy characters is Diego. always been my favorite. Love that guy both in the series and in the comics. Just also a side question, who is your favorite member of the Umbrella Academy? Please feel free to share that in the comments below and I'll check that out. The effects, so good, and the cinematography, the way this show is shot, again like season 1, but even more vibrant because of the colors. It just looks like, it's honestly so hard to believe that this is a series when I'm watching it, and even watching season 1, it just really has that very cinematic feel that feels like something you would see in the theater. And that's what I love about these Netflix shows, is that the production value is always so high that it doesn't just feel like a regular like CW show. Touching back on the characters again, Ben, who had a very small amount of screen time in season 1, has maybe triple, quadruple, just basically way more screen time in this. He stole the show in a lot of the scenes he was in, I felt, in season 1. And what I'm so happy for is that he got so much more screen time here. And he also has his own story arc, so that's just how good season 2 is. Every single character has a story arc that they eventually start off with and see through to the end, and do get some kind of resolution towards the end. And the way the season ends, another big cliffhanger. Maybe not as big as season 1, but still something that's gonna keep us impatiently waiting for season 3, and something that I can't wait to see. So if you guys haven't seen the Umbrella Academy season 2 or even season 1, you guys have definitely got to check it out. Go check it out now. It's on Netflix. Season 1 and 2 are gonna be a great binge. I think season 3 is gonna be a really interesting place narratively to see how this is gonna affect the Umbrella Academy and the story going forward. And I'm just really excited to see where this will go. So on a rating scale, I gotta give this show a 5 out of 5. It was such a good show, and I'm really looking forward to watching it again. I binged it straight from 5 p.m. to 2 a.m. and I honestly think I'm gonna watch it again. It's already Saturday. I'm probably gonna start again tonight or maybe even tomorrow. We'll see, but it was just that good. There's a lot of replay value and makes you want to just go back into it and experience it all over again. So what do you guys think about the Umbrella Academy season 2 if you've already seen it? Please feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. And again, who's your favorite character from the Umbrella Academy minus Diego? Share any thoughts you guys might have in the comments below, but please do try to refrain from any spoilers. This is a non-spoiler video, and I would also hope to not spoil any other viewers who haven't seen it yet, so that they can fully enjoy it. So that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, please take care, please be awesome, be yourself. I hope you enjoy, and until next time, later.